can start us off.
Why do we bury our past?
I think we bury our past because some people don't like what they did, and they don't want people to find out, so they try to forget about it.
Why do you think that you're going to regret later on?
Because it makes life fun.
Do we only perceive reality for ourselves?
I think kind of, because everyone's got a different sense of what they describe as reality, so I think your definition of reality is probably going to be different than mine, and so on and so forth.
Well, then how do we know it's really real?
I don't know. I think you got to kind of go with your gut there. There's not really a set definition of what's real, what's not, because if you ask, I guess, a crazy person or whatever, if their imaginary friend's real, they're going to say, yeah. So it's just, I mean, like I said, it's kind of what you perceive as real.
Is this even real?
On another note, because it's saying that we run from reality, like, why is that flight from reality, like, is it on autopilot, or is it human nature, basically, or is it, like, self-chosen, I guess?
I think it's human nature.
Why do you think it's human nature?
Because I think all of us have our own set of what we think is real, but in reality, we're all doing it. We might not be doing the same thing, but we're all doing it.
See, but I don't know. I feel like people can just use that as an excuse almost. It's like, oh, I did something in the past that I really want to block out. I can just run away from it. Well, no, you kind of can't. Your past affects you. Your past defines you.
And that's why we try to bury it.
Exactly.
It's kind of hard to bury a record for crimes.
Just get the records, dig a hole. But
Hopefully they're biodegradable.
Why do we run from reality?
To try to bury our past.
Reality's scary.
like I said, if we do something we don't like, we don't want it to define us, we just, let's push that aside. Let's run away, start a new life. Just ditch it.
You can't always do that, though. You can't always push it aside.
Even though,
Sometimes,
even though it's like at the back of your head, it's gonna still be like in the back of your mind,
See,
even if you don't think about it.
it's still going to affect your choices going forward.
but the thing is, like, other people don't know that, so why can't we just run from it? I mean, you're the only one who knows. If you can push it back in your mind and forget about it.
I think society nowadays, especially like with social media and stuff, that's almost impossible nowadays. Someone's going to know somewhere, and maybe, you don't like your past, so that's part of being, maybe with friends or being with family members that, if you don't like your past, they'll still accept you for who you are. Even if you did that.
On the social media thing, that's very interesting that you brought that up. Do you think like their social media presence, is that the reality?
Yeah, like you can't really. Before you could hide stuff, but like, especially if something embarrassing, you could use to have that in only in the minds of people. But now there's like a permanent hard copy on computers. It's kind of harder to get away from.
And just like the fact that there is social media in society today, that kind of gives us that mindset that, we can't hide anything. Everything is going to be seen. So I think that also kind of affects what we do and how we portray ourselves online and whatnot.
It's crazy how much you can find out from about a person just by going on their social media. Like all of their information, you can find out so much about them. It's kind of scary, really.
But is it a true representation of who they are?
Not necessarily. I don't think. Yeah, some people.
I was gonna say I disagree with that, because I'm gonna tell you right now. You get on my Facebook, you're gonna see a lot of things that just aren't me, but that's because I have family and things on there, and I can't be myself around them. They'll be like, "Whoa, you're doing that?" And I'm like, "No, it's just a prank." And so, you have to, they're in a respectful manner. You can not be yourself, but kind of be yourself.
I don't think you can be yourself on social media, and that's why everybody has private accounts.
See, okay, but
Even if you have a private account, it's not
it's not private.
Yeah.
But then
You can't post it on your main account where everybody you know follows you. You post it on a private account.
No.
where
But you can
allow-
screenshot
Or they hack
it.
into an account and
They
you let your
screenshot
followers
it.
screenshot and it gets spread around. Like
People
you,
can still find it, like.
But let's focus on the concept of what is reality.
Like David said, it's everybody's personal beliefs and what they think is right and what they think is wrong. Nobody's gonna have two of the same exact feelings.
Yeah, the quote is that we're building our own autobiographies, so that's kind of like our experiences and our, I guess, picture of reality goes into the biographies. We each have a different one.
It's just like when we read something like a poem that you give us, we all have different like perspectives on what it's trying to say. Like we don't all think it's trying to say the same thing.
Why is that? Why do we all interpret, especially when I give you guys a crazy poem, why do we all interpret it differently?
I think you're all different.
And it might apply to us, and we might think that it has something to do with, oh hey, this happened to me in my past. I can compare this to me.
Everyone was raised different and has very different past life experience, and they'll always apply that past life experience in some way. I feel like it kind of makes you. I mean, you're definitely shaped by your past, and so.
So does that make us human? Or does not having a past make you not human? You know?
You don't have
I mean, everyone's gonna have a past.
Well, I know that.
It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
What if you don't remember it?
If being open about your past or being affected by your past, does that make us human? Or is it just, or is there something else that makes you human?
I think that goes back to being my beliefs.
Yeah, I think people treat their past differently too. Like we've been talking about people burying their past, but I don't think everybody does. I think some people like to wallow in their past, or just live in their past, bring it up constantly, or like there's a question that I wrote down. Do some people rather than glamorizing their past, like tear it down and stuff? Do they really just hate their past?
I guess if you're proud of it, you want to show it out.
I think if people like we learn best like from trial and error, and since we're so afraid of failing, then we just try and like just cover it up.
I mean, you're judged on everything you do now. Like, there's not one thing you can't not be judged for.
And even if you say, well, it's not fair, like people are gonna judge you, like the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you post things on social media. So now it's hard for people to be themselves on social media because you get judged no matter what you do, and everybody's gonna establish an image of you before you even like speak to them. Like just by looking at you, they'll get like a perspective of you and who you are.
But is that reality? Like, do people actually do that, or is that just kind of like what you think people do?
I think like everybody judges everybody.
Some people show it more.
Yeah. Some people might just keep it to themselves. Like they might have like a certain thought about somebody, but they keep it to themselves. They might not necessarily like tell them how they feel about them or tell them what they think about them.
Anyone can say they don't judge someone, but basically everyone, when you see someone, you automatically get something in your mind about that.
Once again, are you like judging based on like what you do? Because I mean, you can't honestly say everyone judges people because you don't know how they think. So I don't think that's a valid
No,
statement.
I don't think I'm not saying like everybody judges people in a harsh way. I'm saying like everybody has their own, like when they meet somebody, they might think like before they talk, they might get their own view of them.
Everyone has emotions.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying necessarily like, oh well, everybody judges everybody in the way they do. I'm saying like they get their own kind of view of the what type of person they are before they start speaking or something like that. Like,
Right, but a viewpoint is a lot different than judging someone.
It's basically the same.
yeah,
It's
it's
tied together.
It ties together, but they're
Your
definitely
viewpoint's going to drive rejection.
I think
Yes.
judgment it just kind of has a negative connotation, but it doesn't really. Judgment doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Judgment can be positive,
Yeah.
negative.
There's a lot of people I haven't heard from today.
I've spoken.
I could have spoken more.
Okay, so I have a question, like, why do we fictionalize our lives?
What was that question?
Why do we fictionalize our lives?
I think that we might do that just because, like, based on social media and stuff like that, we know
basically they judge you for being that age. Like there's no getting out of it.
Try to imitate.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worse for guys or girls when it comes to fictionalizing your life? Whoa. Why do you think it's girls?
Because they're like the more emotional ones, and like they take things that, say someone says something, they sometimes they'll completely take it the wrong
Yeah,
way.
they'll take it like way out of proportion.
And girls are more drama, and
We're using stereotypes here, though. Like, I mean, some guys are just as dramatic and just as, like, blowing it out of proportion. Like, you can't just stereotype and gender like that. I think, once again, it depends on that person and their version of reality, so.
So you think it's more like an age group type thing?
yeah.
Yeah,
Of people that are desperately trying to fictionalize their lives.
yeah.
So why do you, personally, why do you think that we try to fictionalize our lives? Like, why do we do this? Why do we try to alter our reality to fit whatever it is, that mold that society wants us to?
Because we think that's what's popular, that's what's going to make us have a ton of friends, just succeed in life. And, like, a lot of people just, like, base who they want to be off of all these celebrities we see today, even though they may not be, like, the best influence. So you've got this image in your head, and you're like, okay, I need to follow this image dead on. And, I mean, that's where our society's gotten to.
Yeah, kind of like what David said, sometimes, we say we don't care what other people think, but, deep down we kind of actually do. So it drives us to do things we wouldn't normally do.
And really, like, we just all, like, just want to be accepted by anyone.
And if you're not accepted, people break you down for not being accepted or being different or being original.
Preach.
I think we all want the happy ending at the end of the fairy tale. That's what we all strive for.
Why do you think so many people are like, why do you think so many younger people are having sex more now? Because they're doing it to fit in. They think, oh, hey, if I get with this guy or get with this girl and do stuff with them, they'll like me. But that doesn't define you. You have more worth than that, and a lot of people struggle to see that.
And I think a lot of people, like, they see that everybody else is doing that, and so they're like, well, hey, it works for them, it might work for me.
And that kind of goes back to like, are people really themselves like on social media? Because like people like post that all over social media and like act like to people that they like do that stuff, but they really don't. So just like fit in and they post it.
In reality, they're creating an image for themselves of what people perceive of them.
Yeah.
Like going back to how people perceive them, how they're posting on social media, and they kind of get an image of them like, oh, is this what type of person you are? Or if I would have met you, are you going to act different?